A very good morning to all. So in the previous class, we discussed about the government. What is a government? A government is formed by a group of people who makes law and who rules the whole country. And we also discussed the three organs of the government. They are legislature, executive and judiciary. We also discussed about the Constitution of India. So here we are going to discuss about the levels of the government. But before that, you can see checkpoint in page number 87. So you can see three pictures are given and you have to identify the branches of the government. In the first picture, you can see that it's a parliament where the representatives are making laws or discussing about the issues. So you have to tell which is this branch. Next picture, you can see police maintaining law and order. So you all know that it comes under executive branch of the government. The third picture, you can see it's a court and it consists of advocates and judge. So you have to mention which is this branch of the government and you have to write it in your notebook. Now let's move on to the topic, that is levels of the government. So in the previous class, we discussed about the Constitution of India. It is a set of rules and it's a written document which contains rules that guides how a state or a country or any political organization works. And it also distributes the power between the three levels of the government. So here you can see the three levels of the government. They are central government, state government and local self-government. So first we'll discuss about the central government. Central government is a government that makes laws for the entire country and it rules the whole nation. Now central government is also known as the union government and it is located in New Delhi, which is also the capital of India. We know that India is divided into 28 states and 9 union territories. Now these 28 states have their own state governments, whereas these 9 union territories comes under the central government or union government. So here the central government appoints its representative and these representatives governs the union territory. So this was about the central government. Now let's see few functions of the central government. Mainly it handles the matters which are related to our nation. You can see here the functions: national security, that means protecting our country from enemies. Second one, relation with foreign countries. So keeping a good relation with other countries is one of the main function of the central government. Next one is printing currencies. So currencies are printed under the control of central government. So all the functions that are related to the nation are controlled by the central government. Now here in the previous class we discussed about the three organs of the government and they are legislature, executive and judiciary. So here also the three branches of the central government are legislature, executive and judiciary. We have already discussed their functions in the previous class. Next is the state government. So we know that there are 28 states in India. So these states have their own state governments. Now this state governments make laws for the people living in that particular state. Next we'll see the members of state government. It consists of governor as the head of the state government. Under him comes the chief minister and under chief minister comes the council of ministers. Now these council of ministers are chosen by the chief ministers and they are given different ministries and departments. We have already discussed that in the central government we have president as the head of the government. Under him comes the prime minister and under him comes the cabinet of ministers. So this was about the state government. Now, let's see the branches of the state government. As we have already discussed, there are three branches. They are legislature, executive and judiciary. We have already discussed their functions in the previous class. Now, next level of government is the local self-government. These local self-governments are formed by the people living in village, town or city. So, here you can see local self-government, and under this government comes the Gram Panchayat. On the other side, you can see municipal corporation, Nagar Panchayat and municipal council. As we know that India is an agriculture country and most of the people live in villages. So, the local self-government at village level is known as the Gram Panchayat. Now, it looks after the needs of the people living in that particular village. Now, this is the structure of Gram Panchayat. You can see here the members of the Gram Panchayat, and they are chosen by the people of that particular village, and every village have its own Gram Panchayat, and among the members of the Gram Panchayat, they elect Up Sarpanch, which is also known as Vice President, and the head of the Gram Panchayat is Sarpanch or the President. So, this is the structure of Gram Panchayat. Now, here you can see some of the functions of Gram Panchayat like construction and repairing of roads. Here you can see public health services, then taking care of proper disposal of garbage, running schools and arranging festivals and fairs, and supply of clean drinking water to the villagers, providing good seeds to the farmers and so on. So, these are the functions of Gram Panchayat. Next, we will discuss about the municipal corporation. So, these are the local self-government in cities which has population more than 1 lakh. Here you can see the structure. Members of the municipal corporations, and they are chosen by the people living in that particular city, and they are also known as the corporators. And among the members, they elect their deputy mayor and the mayor. Mayor is the head of the municipal corporation. So, this was about the municipal corporation, that is the local self-government in cities. Next is municipal council. So, this is the local self-government in towns which has population between 25,000 to 1 lakh, and this is the structure of municipal council. And here you can see it consists of members of municipal council, and they are also known as the councillors. Among the members, they elect their chairperson, and chairperson is the head of the municipal council. Next is the Nagar Panchayat. Now, this is the local self-government in towns which has population 11,000 to 25,000. Now, here you can see the structure. It consists of members of Nagar Panchayat, and among the members, they elect their chairperson. And here also the chairperson is the head of the Nagar Panchayat. So, this was about the local self-government. Next, we will discuss the functions of municipal corporation, municipal council and Nagar Panchayat. So, here you can see some of the functions. They all have the same functions. Some of them are supply of clean drinking water to the people. Then here you can see running schools and public dispensaries. Next one is fire safety services, taking care of proper disposal of garbage, maintaining sewage and draining, electricity, building and maintaining roads, and many more functions. So, in this class we learnt about the 3 levels of the government, and the 3 levels of the government are central government, state government and local self-government. Next, let's move on to page number 90, and here you can see life skill stepping in. There is a question, and the question is, write a letter to the governing body in your town, city, asking them to plant some trees in your area. Give reasons how it would be beneficial for your locality. So, you have to write the answer in your notebook with proper date. Next, you have an activity which you have to do it and submit in Microsoft Teams. And the question is, imagine yourself to be the sarpanch of a village panchayat, and villagers have expressed their desire to study, but they work in fields in the morning. How would you help them? So, you have to write the answer and then submit in Teams. That's all for today. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.